Show and prosperous Laura online with Laura White. How are you, Laura? I'm excited to chat with you. And it's exciting topic today. We're going to talk about how to become why you love coaching. Tell us about that.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. I love coaching. I really do because I love to help people get to their destiny, their purpose in life. And sometimes they just get stuck and they don't know which turn, which way to go. And so I help keep them and direct them in the right track that they're supposed to go. Everybody has gifts and talents, right, Neil? Everybody does. And sometimes they have that gift and talent, but they don't even know how to get it out to the public to be able to help them to move forward. So I love coaching because I get to help them reach their dreams, their visions, and their aspirations.
Now, that's important because you listen to them, right? You
Yeah.
a lot of times coaches just talk.
Yeah.
You do a lot of listening, don't you?
Yes. A lot of listening and a lot of great questions. See, counseling, I always say counseling is you pretty much you do all the talking, right? But coaching is where they ask their great questions to pull the answer out of them because the answer is already in them. They just need help getting it out. And so the great questions is, where are you at? Where do you want to go? And sometimes they're like, well, I don't know. But the good questions are you get to that answer in a short amount of time because you're drawing it out of them. So coaching it's fun. It's fun and I love helping people hit a light bulb moment, They're like, "Oh, I never thought about that," or "Wow, that was a great question," those kind of things. And they get to their destination by asking those questions. So the more you talk, the more questions you ask, the more they're getting deep down into what they really want.
And what they really want is to succeed, to
Yeah.
feel special. And I think your experience as a life coach before becoming a marketing
Mhm.
business coach, it helps a lot, doesn't it?
It does. It really did because I was a life coach for a long time before a business coach. So I really understood about the mindset, limiting beliefs, and really believing and really helping people believe in them because they're so doubtful and they compare themselves to everybody. And that's the thing that gets in the way of most people is they're always comparing themselves to someone else. No, you're unique. You're special. What kind of quality can you bring to other people? Don't look at anybody else. Don't look to the north, to the south, the east, the west. Look forward. What do you want to accomplish? Let me help you get there.
And when you figure out what they're going to accomplish, it's so awesome. And what do you tip do you to give people that are being coached? This is a hard thing, right? A lot of times we never follow through. And
Mhm.
I was a tutor and teacher for X amount of years. A lot of my
Right,
students didn't follow my advice. As a
right.
parent, sometimes they don't follow my advice. How do you make sure it's ingrained to your clients so that they will follow your coaching to make sure that they can reach their goals?
That is an excellent question, Neil, because the key thing is you can talk, and I can teach people until I'm blue in the face, but they have to be able to apply what you just taught them. So the first thing at the end of each session, I'm asking them, what are they walking away with? What did you learn from this session? Okay. That's the first thing. Find out, did they really listen? And believe it or not, there are times because in a whole hour, a lot can happen and they don't remember. And so, first of all, if they tell me, that's great. That's the first step. If not, I'm going to say, well, what about at the beginning when you said this? Wasn't that an aha moment? Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Because you want them to leave your office, your Zoom call, your session, whatever, of something that they've accomplished and they got an aha moment or they got a tool tip. They're like, wow, I should use that. That's the first thing. The second thing is you always want to give them homework. Now, you don't say homework, I say growth work because homework, people are like, oh, that's a negative word, right? Oh, homework. But you give them something that whatever you taught them, you want to give them something that they can apply it all week. Now, when you come back after doing this, I want to see how that worked for you. Then, when they come back, you want to make sure that you start off your session with that thing first. How did you do? If they did great and they learned, great, move on. If not, that didn't really work well. Well, great. Let's analyze it. Let's look at it at a different angle and let's move forward. And they're like, okay, let's do that because they really want to accomplish that.
How do people get things out of group coaching? Because we talk about a classroom. How to make when you group coach people, how do you make sure that they can get that they should be able to get everything they need to get out of their investment?
Awesome. I love group coaching. I actually like that more than a one-on-one, to be honest with you. So my program, the membership is Prosper and Flourish. And people and women, I should say, not people, women. I work with women on this end. But I have had Neil in the last week, a couple men going, "Can you please start a men's group?" I'm like, okay, I have four brothers, so I'm not afraid to talk to men. But here's the thing. Group coaching is absolutely phenomenal because you would never think to ask that question. Sometimes you don't know what you don't know. But when you hear somebody else ask a question, you think to yourself either two things. One, like, I never thought about that. Let me apply that. Let me apply that to my business. Or I'm like, wow, I never even heard of that. That's going to save me 2 hours a week just by doing that. So when you are in a group, you learn from others, you expand from others, you're accountable to others. It has so many benefits. That alone, I can talk for about 2 hours on.
The investment in a community is worth its weight in gold, if you, especially if you can interact with that community.
Yes.
Just paying for the community alone is worth it because you can access the people who are struggling the same way you're struggling with or might have had that struggle.
Right.
It's much easier for them to go ahead and become more successful.
Yes.
And when you're in a community that really loves to share and can hold each other accountable, that's huge. And that's what you do.
Yes, I absolutely love it. I mean, the women just love it. And you build that relationship and that connection. Now you meet outside. I've had people connect together and do like a project together or a workshop. And then you build that relationship. And now you're in my group, we pray for each other. It's just that connection that a lot of women absolutely love.
It's powerful. And the power of community. That would be an interesting question. How many of those people you said they go out and they work together or they network together or they develop things and you make your community let network with each other.
Right.
Some communities don't aren't allowed to network with each other. They only are allowed to really interact with the group coach.
Oh no, I would never do that. Connect. I don't care. I don't care if I'm like in some kind of business and someone surpasses me. It's all about do everything you can possibly do that God's given you the talents to. So yes, if they want to go off and they make 1 million, I don't care. It's like I'm glad you met in the group. I'm glad that you are moving forward and I'm glad you're being become successful.
And why you love coaching also is because of giving, right?
Yes, it is. It's all about giving. It's about really seeing people prosper, not only in money, but in their calling and what they're good at. Because a lot of people have so much talent, Neil, but they don't even know where to begin. And they end up saying, you know what, forget this. It's too hard. And like, no, let me help you because it's easy once you know the strategy and the plan. And that's the key.
Where's the best place people can go and sign up
They
with
can
you?
reach me at Laura at laurawhite360.com. So please make sure that you follow and subscribe.
All right. Thanks, Laura. Appreciate it.
Bye bye.